Governor, welcome to you. I know we're welcoming you from the White House as you are joining the president for some events there today. First up, are you going to find all these guys?
Oh, yeah, we are going to find them. First of all, I want to thank the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, ATF, the Louisiana State Police, Troop NOLA, NOPD. We have got hundreds of law enforcement agents that are working 24/7 around the clock hunting these folks down. We were able to grab 3 of them right close within the first 24 hours after the jailbreak. Of course, you got to remember, Sandra, we didn't know that they had left the jail, that they had walked out of the front door for about 10 hours. We didn't get that report from the sheriff. And so those inmates had about a 10-hour lead on law enforcement, but our folks are doing a great job, and we're going to hunt them down. And of course, you got to, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Governor, from the looks of it, you can tell us, it doesn't look like this was a sophisticated, jailbreak. I mean, they're even bragging about how easy it was to get out of there. How did this happen?
Well, look, I think if you look at the criminal justice system as a whole in New Orleans, you will see the problem. Several years ago, George Soros came over to New Orleans like Santa Claus and unpacked a district attorney, 6 judges, and a sheriff. And this is what progressive criminal justice system looks like, Sandra. This is what happens when those people promise that to keep criminals out of jail. Sadly, you get 10 of the most dangerous inmates that are in jail in Louisiana, they get to escape.
All right, so this is former FBI agent Bobby Chacon he's suggesting on what the inmates may have had and what sort of help they may have had. Governor, listen here.
They probably had help on the inside and the outside. So, now they had help on the inside getting out, and now they have help at the jail, both by specific individuals and the system as a whole.
Okay, so if it turns out that this was sort of some inside job, how will those who helped them escape be held accountable?
Oh, they will. They're going to go to jail as well. Look, we have put a $20,000 bounty on each one of the 7 that are still at large. That's very important, and that's what's working with us. The Attorney General is going to conduct a very thorough investigation of what happened. I'm sure that once that investigation is complete, she will release it. You'll have plenty of things to talk about then. But not only those people who may have aided and abetted them to get out, but those who continue to aid and abet them. If we find that you have aided and abetted these fugitives, you're going to jail as well.
Well, we know their records. We know they're bad guys. We've got them up on the screen. We know they're probably tired, probably hungry, probably pretty desperate right now. Governor, you have a tip line up. You're asking for any tip lines to come in. We know that one of the first guys caught in the hours we learned about this jailbreak was caught right there in a parking garage at a hotel in New Orleans, hiding under a car. But a lot of time has passed, and they could be beyond state lines now. Do you have any more information about where some of these people are?
We have been getting a lot of tips, and the tips have been coming in all day, all night long. And of course, every time a tip comes in, our group, which is composed of federal, state, and local partners, start running those tips down. We have reason to believe that most of them are still in the state of Louisiana. Most of them most likely are in the city of New Orleans. We run down tips if we believe they're outside of that. We have notified other jurisdictions outside of Louisiana when those tips have come in, and we believe that they may be, say, in another state. But I can tell you, Sandra, we've got men and women working around the clock. We're going to hunt these folks down. We're going to find them, and we're going to bring them back to a jail that they can't break out of.
Well, we have full confidence that'll be the case, and we know they're on it. We've got a live picture up, by the way. We're told this is a news conference that's beginning in your state shortly, Governor, with the district attorney's office there in New Orleans. Hopefully they've got some news for us. As soon as anything comes from there, we're going to go there live. Governor, before you go, and I know you've got this event with the president there shortly, I want to ask you about this executive order that you've issued in your state directing state law enforcement agencies now to assist federal immigration operations and enforcement, urging these local police authorities and agencies to join the federal effort on immigration. You're calling this effort Operation GO, G-E-A-U-X, and describing it as a historical partnership with the federal government. What can you tell us about this, and why is this so important to you, Governor?
Look, this has been something that's been in the works for quite some time. We want to stand side by side with President Trump in making sure that those that have come into the country illegally and then commit acts of violence or acts of criminal acts, that we end up not only putting them in jail, but ending up deporting them as well. We want to do our part. We don't want people in our country that are breaking our criminal laws. We've got enough problems with American citizens who are breaking our criminal laws. And so we're standing side by side with the Trump administration. We have basically given our law enforcement agents in the state of Louisiana the authority to enforce immigration laws. We're going to be working on some other processes that would allow us to deport those that break the law in Louisiana, that being state criminal laws, and be able to deport them right away. We're working with ICE to do that as well, and we'll give you an update on that soon.
Yeah, and we know that this is a priority for so many Americans, and we saw that in the last election. And it continues to be one of the biggest reasons that those voters are supporting President Trump today, his immigration efforts. Governor, we appreciate your time today, and thanks for the update from the great state of Louisiana, but in Washington, D.C. today at the White House. Governor, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.